If you are aware of pants whose thighs also happen to touch, and hence fight the battle between the great force of friction and the longevity of your pants, then you may have at some point reached this stage in your pants life cycle, the point of no return. So today I'm going to be showing you 1, a mending technique, and 2, an experimental upcycle. But first, a moment of silence for all the pants that have lost the battle to friction.
A few moments later.
So this method that I learned online on a YouTube video many years ago for repairing um, this section of the pants is, I guess what I would say, reminiscent of Boro. At the time I didn't realize that, but now looking back it is reminiscent of that. The difference that I would say is the person in the video that I watched did it with a sewing machine. I have some pieces of black fabric that I'm going to use to try and mend it. If I could just find it. Okay, here we go. Voila. So we're going to get started. So I measured the length and the width. Oh boy, not something over. So I measured the length and the width. And I've added about ½ an inch because I do want to fold in the sides. And I'm going to cut 4 of these. All 4. And next, this is hemming gum. It's glue that has been fashioned in this way. I'm going to use it to hold this in place onto the pants while I work on them. So, from the inside. How well can you see that? Decently? Good. Okay. I'm gonna take the hemming gum and make it fit. Hopefully you can see that because this is all black on black, so I don't know how well my camera's gonna pick that up. That's the hemming gum. I've put it on. Now I'm going to place it here. And now, using the iron, I'm going to apply heat. On the other side. So far. So now it's covered, right? Now I'm gonna do the same thing on the outside with the remaining 2 pieces. I'm going to apply glue and then stick them on. Now that that's in place, I am going to stitch on top of it. I'm not doing the stitch usually associated with Boro. I'm going to do a back stitch. Something else to note is that you don't have to wait until your pants are worn out. You could actually patch them when you get them and increase the durability of your pants. Okay, so this is it, right? I've done it. And normally I would just leave it like that. But today we're going to do a little bit more. We're going to trace the bottom half to create a pattern. So you got that. outside seam. So I retraced the shape and I'm going to use the second one to make facing. So I'm just gonna cut that out and that will form the facing. So I've cut everything. I've cut the facing, the piece itself, as well as 4 strips of fabric to make ties with. So I've cut 2 pairs of each thing. So that's 4 pieces total for each piece. First thing I'm gonna do is to sew them together on the inner seam. Okay, so I've turned them around. I'm just going to iron them. I'm gonna pin and sew the ties. So on the right side, I am going to pin it to the top. Ooh, wrong direction. I'm gonna mark 1/2 inch down from here. Then I'm going to pin it at that mark. So I've got that sewn on. Brilliant. Now to attach the facing. So still on the right side. I'm going to attach the facing. We sew. So I finished both of them. The only thing that's left is for me to attach it to the pants, which isn't going to be as easy as I would have hoped because I don't want to open any of the side seams, like at all. So I'm going to have to find a way to attach it while keeping all the seams closed, which means that I'm probably going to have to do it by hand. So Just gonna pin that in place. And we'll see. Because the fabric I used was light and I wasn't able to acquire the right interfacing, hence could not use interfacing on the fabric, the flaps that I added didn't have much weight to them, so I had to tack them in place, that is, sew them here and there onto the pants themselves in order to give them more support. Hope you enjoyed watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, check out my other social media platforms, and all that good stuff to help support creators on this platform. Until next time.
Bye, have a great time.